Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Fluffy Fish, and today I have another iSimmed video, and we're going to use Madden 26 to figure out who is going to have the better career overall. And that's going to be it's going to be Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels as the main guys. We're also going to mix Bo Nix in there, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix. Overall, that draft class, who's going to have the best career? We are, as you can see here in our current week in real life, which is the Pro Bowl week of the NFL. So everything that's happened in this season counts for the record books. And I'm going to go ahead and go to next season now. And we're going to simulate year by year, checking out who bested the other one. I'd say after the first year, Jane Daniels was looking like he was going to be the best. Led his team to the conference championship. This year, Jane Daniels has been hurt the whole year. Drake May leads his team to the Super Bowl. Bo Nix to the conference championship. And divisional round for the Chicago Bears. I think Caleb Williams might already be the greatest Bears quarterback of all time, potentially, when it comes to individual stats. I think he broke the passing record, right? And then you have JJ McCarthy. Didn't look good. They might be already figuring out a backup plan for JJ McCarthy going into next season. Michael Penix, another torn ACL. It's just really, really tough. Really, really tough. He's had a lot of that through college and now his NFL career. So let's see what's going to happen. The better career. All right, we are at the end of the 2026 season. Let's find out what happened. So the Bears went 6-11. Yikes. Okay. And for Jaden Daniels, 6-11 as well. Falcons were 9-8 and are in the playoffs. We'll have to double check, but I think Michael Penix was healthy and playing for most of the season. Who else was in this draft class? Let's go ahead and look at the stats for the quarterbacks. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way to the NFL, just top view picture of this. And we'll go by, passing yards. Justin Fields. But Drake May, 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Top of the list in yardage out of the draft class. What team is Justin? Justin Fields went to the LA Rams. And so Matthew Stafford retired and Justin Fields is a quarterback for the LA Rams. Interesting. Anyways, Drake May had a really good season. JJ McCarthy bounced back season as well. Pretty solid. 3,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. That's a lot of interceptions per touchdown. But Bo Nix, a little bit less yards than McCarthy. 36, 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Who else? Jane Daniels, down year. Yikes. 3,400 yards, 22 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. Caleb Williams, 3,000 yards, 16 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Let's just verify. Did he play all year? He played all 17 games. That's just not good. Looks like Daniel Jones was the Falcons quarterback. So Michael Penix is just not, he's just no longer. Wow. 700 yards, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pretty good, but in 11 games played. So he was the backup for Daniel Jones. Interesting. All right. So that is the 2026 season. Michael Penix was going to be, I think, potentially. Well, let's look at the view the playoff bracket here. So on the NFC side, Michael Penix as a backup to Daniel Jones for the Falcons on that side of things. And then on the AFC side, the Patriots are in the playoffs with Drake May. And I don't think, we're not missing anyone else there. So let's go ahead and simulate to the Super Bowl and see if the Patriots make it back-to-back years. If so, Drake May is already off to a hot start. I didn't check to see if he won the Super Bowl because, who knows if that's going to happen in real life. I kind of want to see the future. I will go back and check, but No award or anything for MVP. And the Patriots lost in the divisional round. Okay. I'm going to fast forward one more week so we can go back, check if Drake May won MVP or if he won the Super Bowl last year. Because I don't. It's not 100% either way if he's going to win MVP in real life or Super Bowl in real life. So let's go ahead and check out the recap. So Matthew Stafford got MVP and the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. So Drake May does not have an MVP and he does not have a Super Bowl in this simulation, but he is still having the best career so far, making the playoffs back-to-back years, making a Super Bowl, having a runner-up for MVP. We'll go ahead and simulate another season, see if JJ McCarthy is still the quarterback for the Vikings. He had a solid year this year, so maybe. Looks like Michael Penix is on his way to being a backup already in his career, which sucks, but injuries will do that. Someone else will step in and take your job. Yeah, catch you guys at the end of the 2027 season. Alrighty, end of the 2027 season. Let's go check out how our 2024 quarterbacks fared. So 2-5. Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears went 2-15. Excuse me, 2-15. Oh my god! Wow, and Drake May and the Patriots are a 4th seed once again. Going over to the NFC side because can't really think of. Oh no, Broncos. Bo Nix was is a 6th seed as well. Can't forget about him. And then on the NFC side of things, I don't think any of those teams have one of the quarterbacks. So let's go ahead and dive into the stats and see what Madden thinks the future of these guys are looking like. Yeah, let's go by yards again. So we have the Jets found themselves a quarterback, by the way. And Giants is not Jackson Dart, it's this Bart Jones guy. So that's cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, back on topic. Jaden Daniels had the best season, it looks like, potentially here. Almost 4,000 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Drake May just below that, 3,800, 22 and 6. Bo Nix, huge touchdown year, 3,600 yards, 35 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. JJ McCarthy, yikes, not good, 3,200, 19, 13. Caleb Williams, the worst starting quarterback in the NFL this year. Less than 3,000 yards, 15-11. 61% completion percentage. Played all 17 games. Wow. Caleb Williams sucks at football all of a sudden. He looks like, in real life, he looks like he's going to have a great career. But wow, what a turnaround from going to the divisional round in Ben Johnson's first year to 5-12 and then 2-15. Let's go ahead and sim to the Super Bowl, see if any of these guys make it to the big game. Giants, Chargers. So none of the guys that we're following made it to the big game, but yearly award wise, Joe Burrow is going to win that as well. Let's go ahead and go to the next season. I'm going to simulate until the end of their rookie contract. And then from there, which should be, I think, one more year. This was the 4th year. So they pick up the 5th year option. Then they have one more year. After that, I might simulate 10 years out to see where they're at that point. But I will catch you guys at the end of the 2028 season. All right. It is the end of the 2028 season. And we're here to. Oh, Ben Johnson's fired. He is out as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. Wow. Bell of the ball to a man on the streets. I forgot to turn off the coach firing, so that's something. But if we go ahead and look at the playoff bracket, we can see here Bo Nix and the Broncos are the 3rd team. No Drake May and the Patriots, though. JJ McCarthy and the Vikings on the NFC side of things, and the Falcons as well. So I was fired, which is certainly something. Let's go ahead and go to the Super Bowl first, and then let's look at the stats of all the quarterbacks. See how they did. Was Caleb Williams the downfall of Ben Johnson? Let's figure it out. Looks like we have Eagles, Bengals, so none of the guys that we're following in this simulation, but we go to player stats for the NFL. Joe Burrow's just the greatest quarterback of all time. Okay. But on to what we're following. Jaden Daniels, another really solid season. You know, he's turned into a pretty solid starter. He hasn't been taking anyone by storm, I wouldn't say, with his stats, but I mean, 28-15 is not bad. It's not going to be Bo Nix is 35-9, which is definitely better stats. Drake May 26-14, 3,600, solid year. Is JJ McCarthy still a quarterback? JJ McCarthy is not. Did he get hurt? He played all 17 games. JJ McCarthy is a Colt. He is no longer the Vikings quarterback. They got rid of him. And so they did not pick up on his fifth-year option. He went to the Colts, and the Vikings became a playoff contender. Fascinating. Okay. So not only when you look at the NFL, the Bears still have Caleb Williams. Will they resign him? I mean, that's a solid year, right? 23-5. It's a solid year. And then you go to the Broncos. Bo Nix is still on his team. Killing it. Absolutely killing it for his team. Then you go over to the next team was the Commanders. Jaden Daniels is still on that team. Right? Doing really good as well. Falcons, though, Michael Penix is the backup. They've drafted someone else, and Penix is just the backup. They picked up on the fifth-year option for him to be a backup, which is interesting. The other team would be Patriots. They still have Drake May, of course. Drake May still having a good season, being very solid. No MVP seasons, but very solid seasons, right? And the last team that had a quarterback in this draft was the Vikings, and he's no longer the team. So JJ McCarthy, out of these teams, he's the first one to be let go by his original team. Michael Penix, however, was the first one to be benched. So we still have 4 of the 6 as starting quarterbacks in the NFL. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to sim to next year, and I'm going to verify real quick if all these quarterbacks are still the same teams. If there was any sort of mix-up, I'll update you guys on that mix-up here shortly. It'll be done simulating here in a second. And then we're going to simulate 10 years in advance towards the end of all these guys' careers and seeing, okay, if we look at the legacy board, who is at the top of this and who's not even on it anymore. Kind of compare stats and everything and say, and like kind of let you guys decide. Comment down below once you've seen it, who you think had the best career overall between all these guys. All right, so the year is 2033, end of the season, and not all the quarterbacks are still quarterbacks in the NFL, but this is the 10-year anniversary of the players being in the NFL, so I want to take a look at their stats before some of them retire, and some of them are now backups, and then we'll look at the last person at the last point of their career, but the only players still starting on their team are Caleb Williams and Drake May. The other ones are backups, either on their team or on a different team. Let's take a look at the stats. So Drake May, stat-wise, has the best stats out of any of the 2024 draft class quarterbacks. Almost 38,000 passing yards, 273 touchdowns, 77 interceptions, and an insane 67% completion percentage. Caleb Williams is not too far behind him. 33K yards passing, 209 touchdowns to 75 interceptions, 62% completion percentage. Bo Nix with a considerable less. As you see, he's now a Lion. He's not even a starting quarterback anymore. 27,000 yards, 230 touchdowns, and 77 interceptions. He always was able to produce when it comes to touchdowns and scoring touchdowns. So one could argue the 6,000 yards does not equate to 23 touchdown difference there, especially when you look at games played. He has a season less than Caleb Williams. So with quite a bit more touchdowns. Then there's Jaden Daniels. Close in yards with Bo Nix, but way less touchdowns and more interceptions. And the only other one that's really on this list is you have JJ McCarthy with a pretty bad completion percentage, a pretty bad touchdown interception ratio, but he's made a career as a backup. Still a Steelers kind of backup quarterback. I'm sure he provides some sort of value there. And Michael Penix hasn't been in the league for a number of years now. Yeah, overall, they're all had really solid careers, especially when you think of it being Caleb Williams, Jane Daniels, Drake May, and Bo Nix all having solid careers. 4 of the 6. I mean, that's solid, right? Can't complain about that at all. And ultimately, when it comes down to it, let's take a look at, obviously, Drake May doesn't stand a chance when it comes to records, right? But after 10 years, do any of these guys have their team's records? So Caleb Williams has the Bears' all-time passing yards, passing touchdowns. Kind of a dumb moment, right? Adunze has receiving yards, touchdowns, interceptions, which is something kind of interesting at the same time. But Caleb Williams, which we all kind of assume because those were rather easy targets, has the career and never had a better season than in real life, but has the career total yards. And then when you look at the Broncos, Elway still has all the stats. The Commanders, however, Jaden Daniels has the passing yards, not the touchdowns, never got that, but he has the passing yards. The Falcons, it's Matt Ryan. It's not going to change. The Patriots, it's going to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady has a season, career, all those stats. And then finally, Vikings. We know it's not going to be him. I don't think I missed a team there. I think I got them all. But, I mean, overall, I think they all had pretty good careers. I'm going to go until they're all retired and simulate, let you know. But I think it's going to end up being Drake May's the best out of all of them. I don't think none of them have won MVPs, which something. I don't think any of them have won Super Bowl. But let's go ahead and take a look. Caleb Williams, no awards, no championships, no Super Bowls. Drake May, 2 championships, no Super Bowls. 3 yearly awards. Jane Daniels, 1 yearly award, no championship, no Super Bowl. Bo Nix, no yearly awards, no championship, no Super Bowl. So it's hard to say looking back on their careers, right? Going back, JJ McCarthy, no awards, nothing there. It's hard to think, who is best when really none of them succeeded when you think about it. And it's hard to think about that with how well they've done so far, that none of them are going to get a Super Bowl in their entire careers. But it's looking like, I mean, Jaden Daniels won't get one as a starting quarterback. Bo Nix won't. JJ McCarthy won't. So it's down to Caleb Williams and or Drake May in these final couple of years to see if they can win a Super Bowl for their team. And I think whoever does that might solidify themselves as the best quarterback out of the bunch. Stats-wise, it's leaning towards Drake May right now, but if Caleb wins a Super Bowl, who would argue against Caleb as having a better career than Drake May? So I'm going to record. I'm not going to do any more check-ins until they're all retired and kind of end it off there. There's not much else to show. We kind of got a pretty even spread of who has the longevity, Caleb and Drake May. Who has the overall best stats? Bo Nix was killing it for a while. He just is a little bit older coming into the league, so he's not going to be able to play as longer. So he started to regress a little bit earlier. JJ McCarthy, Penix did not succeed at their teams and was let go rather quickly. And 4 of the 6 had successful NFL careers. Never won the big game, never really won MVP or the best guys in the league, but had solid NFL careers starting for almost 10 years. So I'll check in with you guys once they're all retired, just kind of wrap up the video. But if you guys did like the video. If you want to see more of this kind of content, comment down below some more different video options that you want to see me do, and subscribe for more. All right, and to just wrap it up, after 12 years in the NFL, they're all backups. No longer are any of them the starting quarterbacks. I don't even think they're even on the same teams. None of them won Super Bowls, none of them won MVPs. But that's going to do it for our ISIN, the 2024 draft class. Well, QB part of the draft class. Let me know if you want to see more. If there's any draft classes like this year's that you want to see certain aspects of who had the better career, let me know. But I simmed, about 12 years in advance to see these guys' careers, and I think Drake May had the best career. Comment down below what you think, and if you want any more of these.